If your door rubs and won't latch, don't plane it yet. The $5 fix may be on the other side.
The upper corner catches. The latch passes below the strike, and this uneven gap points away from the place that is rubbing. When the cause is corrected, the same door can close cleanly again.
I'm Walt Kessler. The rubbing edge may be the symptom. The cause can be across the slab. First, we'll read the gap and rule out damage. Then I'll show you where the $5 fix belongs.
Start with the door almost closed. Do not force it. Watch the free edge as it approaches the jamb. On the kind of door we are discussing, the trouble often appears high on the latch side, while the latch itself sits lower than it used to. Now look at the narrow space around the slab. That space is called the reveal. We are not looking for a perfect measurement. We are looking for a pattern. The free edge has dropped, the reveals are no longer even, and the door's movement agrees with that story. That pattern matters because a door that will not close can have several different causes. Humidity can swell the slab, paint can build up, a hinge can bend or wear, a jamb can split, a frame can move. The strike can be wrong even when the door hangs correctly. If the slab is swollen, the hinge is damaged, the jamb is split, or the frame shows a movement, stop here. The $5 correction in this video is not the right repair. The same is true for a metal door, a fire-rated assembly, or construction where you cannot confirm what is behind the jamb. Think of the slab as a wide lever. Its weight hangs from the hinges. A small loss of support near the top hinge can become a much larger change at the latch edge. That is why removing wood from the rubbing side can treat the symptom while leaving the geometry unchanged.
Here is the $5 part. It is a number 10, 3-inch, flathead interior construction screw.
This package contains 16. The verified listed price was $4.99 before tax or shipping. Before changing anything, check the screws already in the upper hinge. If one is simply loose and tightens normally, that may restore the hinge without adding anything. But if the free edge still hangs low and the jamb-side attachment is not holding the assembly where it belongs, the visible rub can be the far end of a hinge-side problem. The example is a Spax interior construction screw with a flat countersinking head. The retailer lists hinge installation as a common application. The flat head matters because it must sit correctly in the hinge's countersink. The 3-inch length may reach through the jamb and into sound wood framing behind it. Do not buy by length alone. Hold the new screw against the hinge before driving it. Its head should match the countersunk opening and sit flush without forcing the metal out of shape. If the head is too wide, too narrow, or does not seat cleanly, it is the wrong screw for that hinge. A pilot hole may be appropriate in hard or brittle wood. Follow the screw maker's guidance, keep the path centered, and use a bit smaller than the outside of the threads. If you cannot confirm a clear, straight path into wood, stop. The location matters too. We are working on the jamb leaf of the upper hinge. That is the half attached to the frame, not the half attached to the moving door. We are not replacing every hinge screw. We are choosing one appropriate jamb-side hole that can direct the longer screw toward sound framing. Keep the door supported and the hinge seated flat. Remove only the selected short screw. If the hole is visibly stripped, the jamb is cracked, or the hinge shifts away from the mortise, stop. Those conditions need a different repair, not a longer screw driven harder. Place the new screw through the hinge and start it straight. Use the correct driver bit and keep firm control of the tool. Drive slowly. This is not a race, and an impact driver at full power can move past the useful point before you see what happened. Pause before the head is fully seated. Look at the reveal. Close the door gently and watch the upper latch side corner. Then drive a little farther if the hinge is still seated correctly and the gap is moving in the right direction.
The goal is not maximum tightness. The goal is a flush screw head, a flat hinge leaf, and an improved door position.
Overdriving can pull the jamb too far, distort the hinge, or create a new bind. Stop as soon as the screw is seated and the door's movement is corrected. Pay attention to what the screw tells you. It should advance and begin holding firmly. If it spins without tightening, never draws the hinge, meets an unexpected obstruction, or changes the jamb in a way you did not expect, back out and stop. More force does not turn an uncertain condition into sound framing. Now repeat the same checks we made before the repair. Look at the reveal from the same angle. Close the door slowly. Confirm that the upper corner clears. Confirm that the latch meets the strike and enters without lifting, slamming, or pulling the knob sideways. The proof is not that a drill ran or that a screw disappeared into the hinge. The proof is that the diagnosed geometry improved. The same door should show a better reveal, swing without rubbing, and latch cleanly. If it does not, the diagnosis is still open. Do not move the strike plate just to hide a door that still hangs crooked. Do not plane the slab until you have separated sag from swelling, warping, paint buildup, and frame movement. And do not keep adding long screws to every hole. One controlled change is easier to judge and less likely to distort the jamb.
This repair also has a limit. A longer screw cannot repair a bent hinge, a worn hinge pin, a split jamb, or a warped slab.
It also cannot repair a stripped hole that needs rebuilding or a shifting frame. Cracks that continue into the wall, doors that change with structural movement, and fire-rated or metal assemblies deserve a different evaluation. The package shown here was listed at $4.99 for 16 screws. That is why the title says $5. One screw represents about 31 cents of the package, but the homeowner has to buy the package. Prices and availability vary, and tax, shipping, and the drill or driver are not included.
Write down what the evidence says. The latch edge has dropped and the reveal supports that diagnosis. If the upper hinge and jamb are sound, but one jamb side attachment is not holding, the correction may be on the other side. Measure the gap, make one controlled change, then close the door and let the result answer the question.